Hey, Donut Ninja. It's your old friend, Blue Fire Witch. It's been a long time since I made a video response to you, but after our recent little scuffle in comments, I thought that it'd be nice for me to make a video response to your video where you put my name in the tags anyways, so I'm assuming you want a response from me. You basically asked Greek Pagans, which I'm a Greek Pagan, why they believe in the Greek gods if the underworld is this horrible place, kind of like hell, and that's the only option for the afterlife. Well, there's quite a few mistakes with that argument. The first one is the most obvious, which is you don't choose what you believe. Belief is based on personal gnosis. It's based on logic. It's based on, what you think is the most, believable, for lack of a better term, for what is truth. You don't choose what you believe because it sounds cool or because you think it's convenient. You do so based on, your experiences. And so to say why would you, it involves this idea that somehow we have this will over what we can believe, and that's just not true. So your first concept is wrong. Secondly, you say that the underworld is this horrible place where everybody goes. Well, actually, it's not. The underworld isn't really all that bad. In fact, there's plenty of myths where, people have gone in and talked to their dead relatives and things like that. Many times gone to take and bring people back from the underworld and stuff like that. And there's different sections of the underworld. For example, there's Elysium, which is, supposed to be this wonderful, beautiful place. There's an entire tradition based off of the Elysium Mysteries. And, the idea that it's this horrible place like hell, well, I'm sorry, the History Channel is wrong. Thirdly, I like to say that just because one believes in the Greek gods, that doesn't mean that they believe that all the myths are 100% true. In fact, there's a lot of Greek pagans that I've talked to that say, very much so, we believe that the myths are fallible. They are stories about the gods, but the gods exist without the myth. So in other words, these gods have become evident to us without the need to read the Greek myths. I guess that's, those myths are created by humans, which may be divinely inspired, but we don't know. And, basically, the Greek gods exist independently of their myth. That's the best way for me to put it. So, do we have to believe in only the underworld as our only option for the afterlife? Absolutely not. In fact, the Greek myths, don't even say that. The Greek myths say that there are several paths to the afterlife, and for example, there are many, there's a few cases of humans who have achieved godhood. Hercules and Psyche, for example. Then there's also the idea that the Greeks were very logical, and they had a very philosophical base to them. And if you look at what really makes the most sense scientifically for the afterlife, is that if there is an afterlife, that, that reincarnation makes the most sense. And so I personally believe that, we probably reincarnate as well. I think that there's probably many paths in the afterlife. I've also had ghost experiences, so you can add that to the mix as well. Basically, yeah, there's no one path into the afterlife, and the Greek myths don't suggest that. So the History Channel is just wrong on that issue. I'm sorry, but they are. But good try, though. I know that you're trying to kind of make other, especially pagan religions, look stupid. I don't really think you're quite succeeding at that. If anything, I think when you do those things, you do them uneducated-wise before, consulting Greek pagans or doing some real research instead of just the History Channel. You're kind of you're being a bad example of your own religion, kind of. You're, if you want to talk about logic and religion, I can get into it and say, well, why would you believe in a religion where your God is supposedly perfect and all powerful, but yet he lets babies die of leukemia and, doesn't heal amputees, we could get into that debate, but I realize that you don't have a choice for what you believe, because belief is non-volitional. So, those are my comments on it. Yeah, blessed be.